Brett,
Josh.
Horizon Forbidden West.
That's a video game that just came out.
It is a video game that just came out. We both played it.
Yeah.
I'm a little over 10 hours in. You're a little under 10 hours in. Mm-hmm. But for the sake of rounding, we'll just call it first 10-ish hours.
Fine.
Okay. So I want to preface by saying we're not going to get into any story spoilers. We might talk about elements of it, but no story spoilers. So if you don't want to be completely... spoiled is not the correct term. If you don't want to know anything and you haven't played the game yet, go play it. Because I'll tell you this right now. It's fucking good. That's the... If I had to put it on the box art, game is good. All right?
Well,
would you concur?
Before we talk about the actual game itself and how it plays and how it looks and all that, I want to just preface by saying, when you buy the game, if you haven't bought it yet, very important, buy the PlayStation 4 version of the game. You'll save yourself $10. It's a free upgrade to PS5. For some reason, they made the price different, even though you can get that free upgrade. So do yourself a favor, pre-order it on the PlayStation 4 or on the PlayStation Store website, or buy a physical PS4 copy of the game, and then just on the PS5, do that upgrade.
Hell yeah.
Save money. Fuck Sony for that. I really don't like that.
Yeah.
They hid that whole thing. They're hiding that.
That whole thing was a debacle.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Chris makes a good point. Use that extra 10 bones for an order over at W. That's right. W.GG. Use code SLICK. 10%.
Christian's selling it better than we ever could.
I know.
Jesus.
So he said in the chat, Christian just hit hour 11 himself. But let's hop into it, Brett.
Okay.
So first of all, what you're going to be seeing behind us in the theater down here are screenshots from my game. These are actual screenshots. These are not press images. These are screenshots. Now, I know you're watching it compressed in 1080p, but these are 4K HD screenshots behind us.
Wow. These are nice. You're a photographer. I didn't even realize.
I know, dude. I know. Most of these are actually taken during in-game cutscenes for the most part. Not even using photo mode. So let's hop into it, Brett. General thoughts, impressions. Elevator pitch your impression of the first 10 hours of the game.
I think it would be better if you went first.
Oh. Okay.
Listen.
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
So okay,
I'll kick you right out of the theater right now.
Here's the deal with Horizon. It hasn't grabbed me yet. I don't know if I'm just not far enough. Or
where are you?
No story spoilers, but I completed the whole intro mission, that long mission. I finally am in the open world free roaming thing. Mm-hmm. I went into that. So I went down the mountain on that elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that little town. And I'm doing little activities all around there.
Gotcha. Okay. The game. So you're not really in the open world yet, to be honest.
Well, I am.
You're not.
Okay. But I have the option to do whatever I want.
In that area. You're not there yet. Your story hasn't even begun yet, basically.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I get it.
The actual story hasn't begun yet. But
it hasn't grabbed me.
I understand. And I understand that from where you're at, because I know exactly where you are. Here is the thing about the beginning of this game. I personally love it. I disagree with the sentiment I've seen online that it takes too long to get to the open world. And here is really where that comes from. Mind you, I just replayed Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I just platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn not that long ago. Okay. I did every side mission in Horizon Zero Dawn, every main mission. I did everything there was to see in that game.
Yeah.
And when I tell you this game honors every single side mission, character, presentation, element, story beat that was in the first game, they do it in the first 3 hours of this game. Every character you speak to in that little beginning area, right? You know what I'm talking about, where you go to where the first game ended, pretty much. Yeah. The tower. Yeah. You talk to all of those characters. They touch on things from the last game. They are some side mission characters. You get into the game further later on. Some side mission characters from the first game reappear, and you continue those fucking stories from the first game.
Yeah.
You retouch on them. Dude, they do such a good job of honoring what they set up, even in the stuff that you could skip and not experience in the first game.
Yeah. And I want to touch on that because although like I said, it hasn't grabbed me yet. That doesn't mean that I think the intro was,
I understand.
Like a slow paced thing. I think the intro was phenomenal. That whole couple hour segment, right? Mm-hmm. It caught me up to speed with everything that happened in the first game. That I didn't replay the game, and honestly, I didn't remember anything about Horizon Zero Dawn at all, except that Aloy was a clone and that whatever, all that nonsense. So I was like enjoying that. I was like, oh, they're really catching me up to speed here. But some of it, I was like, even like I could see where it was too long. I was like, I could see where people would think this is a little too long. But for me personally, I needed that.
Yeah.
They caught you up with the controls. They caught you up with the story. I think it was the perfect intro. My problem is where I'm at now, I don't quite have a mission. I don't know what is in front of me. I am on a journey of I don't know what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point. And I get that.
Yeah.
But there was a part where I came across a side character, and that side character was like, let me come with you. Mm-hmm. And Aloy was like, you can't come with me. I have things to do. And he's like, what are you doing? And she goes, I don't know.
Yeah. She just knows she has to do something.
And I'm like, I'm aware you don't know, because even I don't know what we're doing here. So
that's funny. I'm gonna touch on that for a second.
Okay.
One of the themes of this game is Aloy being, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all. I actually mean it in a good way. One of these themes of this game is Aloy being like, I got so much fucking shit to do, bro. I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, literally, can I do this? I gotta fucking do this. I gotta do this. I thought I did this shit. I gotta fucking go do this shit again. Aloy is done. Aloy is such a good character, dude. She's fucking snarky. She doesn't take shit from anybody. She's way more confident about herself in this game. She knows what she has to do. She tells everybody else to go fuck themselves. And
she's a flawed character, too.
She's very flawed. She's very short-tempered, and a lot of times she's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just got to go do this shit.
We find out that after the first game, she literally just left.
Yeah.
After this huge victory and saving everybody, she was like, peace, I'm out.
Which is part of, I think her character is going to be part of her character arc in this game, is like, hey, it's really okay to like lean on other people. You know what I mean? You've been an outcast your entire life. You're not an outcast anymore. You got people in your corner. So agree. Let's transition then, I guess, to characters. A little bit. Aloy obviously is great. All of the supporting cast so far has been really phenomenal in this game. All brought to life by not just excellent voice acting, but excellent animation work and excellent attention to detail.
100%. I'd be lying if I tell you I remember most of the characters that appeared. Sure. The gentleman that joins you in the very beginning of the game, I don't remember him at all.
Really? He's good.
I like him a lot. I liked him a lot in this game.
He gets even better in this game. I'll tell you that right now.
No idea. She's like, oh, you have a beard now. I'm like, I didn't know you didn't have a beard, dude. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, the characters look great. Their animations are incredible. And like you said, that dialogue, so natural. And we heard this from previews early on that the dialogue is unbelievably natural. Mm-hmm. I can't believe even in side quests.
Yeah, dude.
How natural.
I'm exhausting every dialogue option as side quest because I'm like, I just want to. First of all, I'm interested in what they're saying, and I also just want to watch them speak. Their mannerisms. They're not. It's not like a normal RPG type of game, or even the first game where it's just two characters facing each other and speaking. Right, dude. They move all over the place. Their expressions. They don't constantly look at the other character. They look away. It's so. This had to have been done via mocap. All of these conversations, I feel like, with the added animation probably on top of it, because
they're actually acting with one
exactly, because there's and maybe I'm wrong because I don't actually know, but if this is, I literally don't know if I could understand how they did it so well. I feel like it has to be mocap.
Yeah, and all the performances are great. I mean, there's even a little kid. So I was like testing it, and I was like, okay, the dialogue in this game is great. The way it's written is great. The delivery of every line is great. And I was like, if there's one place it's going to falter, it's a young child actor that can't deliver lines or whatever. Mm-hmm. Dude, I literally talked to the Sun King's little son or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was like, here it is. He's going to fuck it up. Even he was great. I was like, all right.
Dude, it's next level. And I think, of course, Ashley Birch, right? Kills it, man. I mean, there is... I don't know. I don't. It's one of those things where I wish they had focused more on it in marketing, because to me, it is the generational leap in the game. It is the reason that the game exists, right? Yes, the story, which, by the way, the story, getting a little bit further, is so fucking intriguing. Like, there's a part that made my jaw drop, and even it will make your jaw drop, even though you don't remember the first game fully, but because of what it insinuates, the narrative is so much stronger than the first game, and I really like the first game's narrative, but that's also just strengthened by the animation and the acting work on top of it.
So I'm excited to really delve into it and get to the part you are in the story, so I can feel that way. Like I said, I'm just not there yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It just right now it almost feels like a chore to play it. It looks beautiful, everything about it's great, but I'm like, dude, can we just move on? And then there's like, and this happens with me, and it's me, it's my problem. But open world games sometimes they overwhelm me with so much. There's question marks on my mini map. There's things, and I'm just like, I don't know where to go, dude. I don't know what to do next. But if what you're saying is true, and I'm not even really in the open world thing yet, then I'm going to progress, and I'm gonna get through it, and I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
I actually just did. You probably did this too. In that little area that I'm in, there was a hotel, and you had to find the key to get to a room. And I'm like going under shit and hopping on boxes.
The relic ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did all that, and that was cool. I was actually kind of frustrated. I couldn't figure out how to. You go underneath the hotel, and you're supposed to pull a box down, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, dude. I was stuck down there forever. And then there was also like the thing where you have to line up the image of the
viewpoint
house.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was challenging. I didn't.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I actually struggled with that because I was facing the wrong way the entire time.
Same.
And I didn't see the actual structure behind me. So
that's a really neat mechanic that they added, or game like challenge, I guess. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's tough.
There is something like that in the first game, but you don't have to line it up. It's like you climb to like a viewpoint somewhere, and then it presents you with the image. But this one, it's cool because you actually interact with it and you learn more about it rather than just climbing a tower and seeing it. So
yeah, you actually like line up where it was in real life in real time.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about next? Gameplay or graphics, fidelity? What do you want?
Let's do graphics, and then let's wrap up maybe with the gameplay stuff.
Okay.
So one of the big things I think we were worried about going into this is that it's also designed for PS4 in mind.
Yeah.
And it seems that they really kind of threaded the needle with providing every platform it's on a great experience, right? PS4 and PS4 Pro, obviously you're going to have lower resolution, hard cap 30 FPS frame rate, lower level of detail, texture quality, stuff like that. But PS5, I actually think it's actually kind of a showcase, which is really surprising to me, because that is a thing that I criticized quite heavily. But it is not just gorgeous, but the level of detail on character models in the world. You stop in the open world at any time and just fucking look at the screen. There's so much detail and shit going on everywhere. It's nuts.
I would have to agree with you. Are you playing resolution, like performance mode, or are you playing resolution?
So I went back and forth because normally I'm a frame rate shill, if you will, where I'm like, I want the higher frame rate. And then I started on performance mode, and I was like, this looks great. Let me just see. I know it was 30 FPS, but I was like, let me see if there's any change with resolution mode or quality mode or whatever it is, which sometimes there is and sometimes there's not, as far as how much it's noticeable. The quality mode, there's actually a significant difference, where I was like, oh, shit. This looks as good as it looks on performance mode. This looks even more next level. The texture quality, general level of detail, resolution, obviously. And then I started playing it in the quality mode, and I was like, this actually doesn't feel bad for 30 FPS. It's so smooth, like it's consistent. Like the frame pacing and the frame rate is so consistent and smooth that I actually played in the quality mode for a little while. And then when I started to get into more fights, I was like, I just want that faster frame rate for like the quick action fights, but it's not bad.
I've only played in performance, and the game looks fantastic. So maybe I'll switch over to quality mode and see how it looks. But yeah, it looks fantastic. You know, one thing I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So remember with the PS4 in that generation, they kind of showcased the particle effects really heavily. So games like Resogun, Infamous Second Son, it was the particles that they were really focused on. I think that we've mastered that at this point.
Yeah.
Because there is moments in Horizon where in the like you will literally be able to tell there was like something coming down, like snow or little particles, as Aloy was having a conversation. And I could literally differentiate the particles that were in the foreground and the particles that were in the background.
Yeah.
And it's hard, it's so hard to explain that, but just visually, I was like, damn, this looks fucking real. You know what I mean? It was a weird experience.
Yeah. And her, even like all the characters' skin, right? Like the famous hair meme at this point, but like, see, I there's not a single polygon to be found either.
No, I literally saw a GIF where they zoomed in on her video. They zoomed in on Aloy's face and like zoomed out.
Yeah,
the level of detail in her skin is insane.
It has like a little translucent layer, like it normally would. When there's water on her skin, it's translucent and reflects light. Like
I even read today that apparently in the hotter areas she sweats.
She sweats. She does. And you know why I can notice this is I'm wearing armor where her midriff is showing, and there was a section where she's talking and it's like hot, right? I literally watched her character model start sweating and her stomach became moist from sweat. I know that sounds weird, but I was like just standing there watching it. I was like, holy shit. And then when it's cold, she shivers, which she did in the first game, but also her clothes has like slowly gets like a layer of like ice and snow and stuff on it.
That's cool.
Her boots get it. There's an area where I was inside and she was like, damn, it's fucking cold in here. She didn't really say that, but she was like, it's freezing in here. She started to see her breath, and even her clothes started to get like a little icy layer on them and stuff like that. And there's things like that. It just really ground it. And yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Let's wrap up with the gameplay, Brett. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got to be honest with you, dude. I think that the controls for this game are butt cheeks on a stick, dude. The game plays great. The mechanics are great. Combat feels good. But, dude, I'm just like constantly fumbling over shit. You got to push like down on the D-pad and then left on the D-pad and then L1 to bring up the menu. To me, it was like a little cumbersome, if I'm being honest.
It's the same control scheme as the first game.
I'm not saying it's not. Yeah. I'm just saying it just felt, maybe it's me coming off of Dying Light 2. Maybe it's me coming off of whatever game I've been playing. I was dude. I literally kept accidentally putting the blast traps down. I felt like an idiot, dude. I didn't know what I was doing.
No, don't do
that. But that being said, the bow and arrow feels so good.
Yeah.
So good. Combat feels great. Shooting the critical areas on the machines is just like
satisfying.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
You literally see it explode and you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. There's some more weapons that you'll get to later, you know, as you go to new towns and things like that are really, really cool. Really cool.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I also like the tools that they've added. The little grapple hook thing is pretty sweet. And it looks like there's going to be more.
Did you get the glider yet?
I did not.
You'll get it very soon.
I'm assuming that is like the next tool that you in that little lineup.
Whereas Dying Light 2 doesn't give you anything till like 8740 million years into the game. This game gives you everything pretty much immediately.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So, which just makes traversal that much more fun. Speaking of traversal, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did you think about the gameplay?
I like it. It feels good. It hasn't changed much from the first game. I don't think it needed to, other than adding some new weapons and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it other than it feels good. I enjoy actually the weapon wheel stuff.
I like the weapon
because
wheel
when you're in combat, you can switch pretty quickly between things, and I actually never use really any of the traps and stuff.
I think the D-pad is where my flaw is.
Yeah, I don't normally use it except to heal, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just don't like playing that way. I also am using my staff quite a bit more than even my bow and arrow. I have it actually, though, that skill tree fully maxed out, which is great because I can stun machines pretty quickly, and I do a shit ton of damage.
So are you not stealthy as much as a bow user?
Nah, I'm balls to the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, guns blazing, if you will, which is the opposite of how I played the first game. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just really like how the staff feels in this game, and I think maybe the haptics add to that too. So
the haptics are good.
Yeah.
I want to point out, and then also that's interesting that you can play the two different styles because they do have all the trapping mechanics, the traps and stuff from the first game, where you can actually see the footprints of the creatures as they walk around. So you could be stealthy, but it's cool that you can be balls to the wall as well. Because I think I might start being more balls to the wall.
Yeah, and those skill trees, especially as you start to rank them up, they have these things called valor. Moments of valor, or like valor surge or something like that, where you almost get like special abilities, like it's something that you activate. It's almost like an ultimate ability type thing. Which when you get to the bottom of some skill trees, it really changes how much damage you do and how you interact with the combat. Excuse me. So it's pretty good. And then just the last thing I want to touch on was the traversal. The actual climbing and swinging is so much better in this game than the first game. It's easy to tell when you scan where you have to go. Everything is pretty much climbable. You know exactly where you have to climb. I have never made a jump that I missed, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet, because almost maybe to a fault, it grips you in so tight when you're climbing surfaces. And I think I'd rather have it this way, though, than it being too floaty and me getting frustrated with dying from falling all the time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was getting very frustrated in that little hotel when I was traversing that. I was trying to cheese. I couldn't figure out how to progress, so I was trying to cheese by like jumping on things, and it wasn't cooperating. But that's because it wasn't the yellow, grabbable objects, right? It was actual like just me trying to climb on different environments. So I agree. It's when you're traversing how you're supposed to traverse, it feels great. And you don't just jump to your death like Jedi Fallen Order, for example,
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Do you have anything else you want to add, Brent?
Yeah, I'm excited to jump back into it. I don't know how much more I'm going to play this week with work and everything that's going on in my life. Elden Ring's coming out this week, and I'm definitely going to be prioritizing that over this one. But I'm looking forward to progressing, further, so I can experience the game like you are,
Heck yeah.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Haptic Intel. Did you do it? Subscribe right now.